Hey everyone, this is Ayush. Alright, today an idea very frequent which came in my mind to create a blog because I am with my family here. So let's try to understand that how they are spending their time in lockdown. That mostly we are student, all of us we are student. So how we are spending our time, and this is undoubtedly a very unprecedented thing, unprecedented scenario which many of us, not many of us, like many of the people haven't faced or haven't thought even that this might happen. So let's have a look at how we are spending our time. And from very beginning, since the time the lockdown had started on 24th of March, and before that Janta Curfew, all of the things. So initially I will interview Amit.
No, no, sir.
So he is Amit. He is in class 9th. So my first question to Amit, that what was the most important thing you did in this lockdown? Like very weird, very unique. You got something. You got some sorts of knowledge or something very, very weird, something very strange, which is not like quite often. So what do you say?
Firstly, I would like to say I enjoyed this lockdown, and in the lockdown, I learned many things, especially, people used to say that from 8th standard, 9th standard is very different, and I believed in the lockdown when I wasn't interacted with my physical teacher, so I seen that this is very complex, and really ninth standard is very tough. And one most important thing that I have done in the lockdown, that is I have conserved very much of my things, such as the trees I have planted, and I took care about the animals, domestic animals.
All
And
right,
thank you very much.
that's nice. The second question, what I would like to ask, that you mentioned that if we are going in class 9th, like
Yeah.
there is a massive transformation which comes in the syllabus, and so I would like to ask that have you changed your study or the strategy, what, like, or you are continuing with the same strategy what you were continuing with in class 8 or something else? What do you want to say, that how, what sorts of strategies you change after reaching in class 9th?
I would like to say that I have changed everything. The type of study I used to do in when I was in eighth, and when I was in eighth, I used to mug up things by understanding. I don't say that I used to mug up, but by standing I used to mug up. But in ninth, it is totally different, and I have to study and understand, not to mug up everything. That's the reason.
All right, means till class 8 you used to cram. You, your focus, your priority was not to get the knowledge. You were focusing on just cram it and just copy it down in the examination and get the marks. You were totally marks oriented.
No, no, not that, not
Yeah.
that. I used to understand the topics. Even you can ask me the question from my.
No, I'm not. No, this
No.
is not so that I'm going to examine you. This is a very light discussion what we are going through. This is a simple question what I am asking. So, what you change? You mentioned that you used to mug up, or you used to cram all the things.
But
So-
I also mentioned that point that I used to mug up when I used to understand the things.
You used to understand the thing. All right. Do you think that the cramming, the parts, this is what do you think? It is inevitable or something? We should keep it in a bin or something like that. It is
No, no.
totally worthless.
No, no,
Or
it is very good thing. Till 12th standard, I think it is very important for every student to mug up things. And but one more thing, that they should understand first and then mug up everything.
all right, very nice to discussion, Amit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
You're quite good. Now I am with Sakshi. Now she will explain her how she spends. So Sakshi, the same question with you also. What was the main, like something very unique, what you did in this lockdown, or what you get, or any of the thing, interaction with anyone, or something very special, whatever you want to say.
The things that I would like to tell you that what I have done in lockdown, I have enjoyed to at hard content. I have got much time. I have enjoyed with my family, relatives, and with you all guys. I have enjoyed to my hard content.
All right. My second question is that if I am coming on the learning scenario, have you
Yes.
studied something like non-academic, which is not the part of your academics, like something, the starvation of knowledge or something to get it, which comes to your heart and you just started to learn, or something like history of United States or something like that? Anything else like which is not the part of your academic, something non-academic thing you went through, some books you went through, or anything else, if you like to mention.
Not mostly, not a specific, but I have went through the ethical knowledge.
Ethical
Ethics.
knowledge.
Yes, I
The
went to
ethical,
the
you
ethical
mean-
knowledge
you
that
mean-
lockdown has given me some ethics,
Ah.
that values lockdown has given me. I have not gone through any specific
if
book
I
or
if I ask you to elaborate what sorts of ethics, or what, like you are talking, what type of ethic you are talking, you got?
the ethics that I've got in this lockdown, that enjoy the movement, enjoy the time with full content. Don't be serious about everything. Means you have to enjoy the time,
Yeah,
everything.
means that we shouldn't push our mind every time. We should push
shouldn't.
it. We should push for some extent, not
Yes,
every
yes.
time to, like, to play with our nerves, to always just compel them to think or something, always tensionized with the situation or something like that. Like you are saying that just have freedom and just live your life.
Yes,
something
yes.
like
I
that.
am just satisfied with
Enjoy
you.
every moment.
I agree with your statement. I agree
All
with your
right.
statement.
Now coming to the basic thing,
Hmm.
uh, we know that this lockdown has created, like, this particular scenario, not only the lockdown, the pandemic, the corona or something else, has created a very, like, what you can say, the scenario which we haven't thought of, or we haven't faced.
Hmm.
The online studies, the classes, the laptop, the teachers, and everything, the compulsions to attend, the network issue, the scarcity of resources. So I would like to emphasize, or I would like to ask that, have you faced any difficulty, or have you faced any sorts of problem in continuing, like in continuing your online classes, or to go through with it?
Yes,
So
I have.
if and my second question also, what was the preparation of the government, your government, like our government, if I mention? And the second thing, and the third thing is, are you satisfied with their approach, what they are doing?
Well, I'm just not totally satisfied with that, but to the much extent our population is thinking, our population is very good. So by on the mindset of the population, government is doing well. And what I tell about my study is not going to be so well as it in normal conditions. This lockdown has ruined our study. Online class is not enough for
Yeah.
or as normal study we do in our normal life. So lockdown has ruined our study, I think.
All right. Like, if I mention that, what are the flaws of online studies? Like, what are the, like, defects of the online study? What the consequences the students have faced because of this online studies, or something else?
Online study cause physical and mental consequences. Both I mention. Both I want to
Physical
mention.
and mental consequences.
Yes.
All right. We are going to talk. Firstly, we are going to talk about the physical consequences,
The
like the strain in our eyes,
Yes. I
the
satisfy.
headache.
Yes.
Mentally, if we approach, then what do you say? The
Mentally, I
psychological
want a
pressure.
psychological pressure means a student go in depression because online class do not give enough to them, and the values the student, most of the student learn in their school, they don't take something like as they online classes.
Additionally, I would like to say that the many of the students, not many of the, I think the majority of the students do not have access to resources as well.
Yes.
We are
I'm
enjoying.
satisfied.
We are from the celebrated family, so we are having the access of these mobiles, laptop, or something else. We have many
Yes,
resources,
yes.
but there are many families who don't have the resources. Even they are getting very meager income or very less income. Even they are unable to sustain with their food, with their clothing in this lockdown. But they are compelled to buy a smartphone for their children, because the entire study pattern has been oriented on a mobile phone or something, what we can say that smart gadgets. So do you think that this is a failure of the government, or government should approach like they are broadcasting on DD National or many of the platform, but I think it is, according to me, I think it is not enough. It is not enough. What do you think?
And this I want to take a drawback. I want to mention the drawbacks of the government, that government must have to broadcast the study materials on the TV networks, on anywhere where every student can approach them.
No, of course, they are doing actually. If I say they are a Ministry of Human Resource and Development, or they are having pact with some private channels as well. But the important thing that especially in rural areas, most of the CBSE schools have been opened in rural areas also. They are continuing with their good approaches or something. The students also, they were in very good number. So as we are going to compare them with the students of the urban areas, I think many of them that do not have, I think they don't have television also. If they have television, we don't have proper electricity supply. Many of them don't have inverter. So do you think that the government should search for any other alternative or to cover this whatever we have lost in this 3 or 4 months? What do you think?
Yes, I think about that. I thought about that. Government must do something like that. What I think, the government must appoint a teacher for the villages, for single villages, and maintain the social distancing, and he must start the study of the students, maintaining the social distancing in open areas.
All right, Sakshi, had a very great experience in discussing you.
Thanks a lot.
Best of luck for your further expeditions, for your further endeavors.
Thanks a lot.
This was from our side what we are doing, and some of the explanations that what we deciphered from this particular lockdown, what were our mental ability to think about. So I personally think, yeah, government should now, I think, go for some sorts of alternative, because this is, of course, in the country like India, I don't think this is the enough one, and to create something very rapidly, to change the scenario very rapidly, very frequently, to hand over the smartphones in the hands of very poor, the person who come from the lower sections of the society. So I think this is some sorts of discriminatory act which government should deeply concern and deeply think that they should go for any other alternative. They can go for the session cancellation as well if they want, but all the students are not equal on this particular platform. So this is my request to government. All right, enjoy well.